Good afternoon, my dear students. Today we will discuss the next part of the surface chemistry, that is the mechanism of adsorption. In the last class, we discussed absorption, and the difference between absorption and absorption. Okay, absorption, it is the phenomenon, the concentration of substance on the surface of solids, that is the absorption. And absorption, it is the phenomenon in which the substance penetrate to the bulk portion of the solids. I already given the examples for both absorptions and absorption. Okay, in this class we will discuss the mechanism of absorption. Okay, before knowing the mechanism of absorption, we will discuss what is meant by absorbate and absorbent. Okay, absorbent. Absorbent definition is the process in which absorption occurs on the surface, that is absorbent. Next we move on to absorbate. Okay, absorbent means the process in which absorption occurs on the surface, that is called as absorbent. Absorbate, the molecules which gets absorbed on the absorbent, that is known as absorbate. In the last class we discussed by taking an example, that is acetic acid and charcoal. Okay, today in the same way we will discuss a mechanism by taking charcoal and acetic acid. Okay, you already know the meaning of absorbent and absorbate. Now next we move on to mechanism of absorption. Mechanism of absorption. Here also we will take the example for charcoal and acetic acid. The acetic acid is absorbate and charcoal is absorbent. Okay. Here, actually, in mechanism of absorption, due to the unbalanced forces of attractions on the surface, unlike the interior molecules, the phenomenon of absorption will take place. That means the surface. See, it is a charcoal. These are the drops of acetic acid. It is what charcoal is. Due to the unbalanced forces of attraction on the surface of this charcoal, the phenomenon of absorption will take place. Okay. Absorption and absorbent. It is the acetic acid. Okay. Acetic acid. Then what happens? The acetic acid droplets occurs on the surface of charcoal. Then absorption takes place. It is what? Absorbent. It is what? Absorbate. And the next way, the vacancies on the surface of this charcoal, or the solid or the surface that attracts the particles of the other substances. Because of this reason, these acetic acid molecules attracts on the surface of this charcoal, because it is this surface having what it is vacancies, some pores, some vacancies. Those attracts the particles of other substances. Here it is acetic acid substance means if you consider substances, this charcoal surface attracts the molecules of acetic acid. Because of this reason, absorption will take place. Because of this reason, absorption will take place. Okay. Absorption and adsorbent. Due to the means there is attraction between absorbent and adsorbate. Okay. And heat is liberated while taking place absorption. Heat is liberated. Therefore, delta is equal to H is negative. Delta is equal to negative means it is exothermic reaction. Exothermic reaction. Okay, you already know adsorption is a spontaneous reaction. Spontaneous reaction means delta G should be negative. The gives free energy equation you already know. What is the equation? It is delta G, which is equal to delta H minus T delta S. Okay. Before adsorption takes place of acetic acid, okay, the entropy of this adsorbate, that is acetic acid, is more. Okay. After adsorption takes place, the entropy of acetic acid is less. Means that is delta S is negative. When delta S is negative, after adsorption, the adsorbate, the entropy will decreases. First it is more, then you already know the entropy. Entropy means it is a measure of randomness. Okay. Here it is before adsorption, the adsorbate entropy is more. After adsorption, entropy, that is entropy of adsorbate is less. That is delta S is negative. As this process goes on, the adsorption process goes on, the delta H values goes on decreases, means less, and minus delta S value also going on less, means at some point the delta H value and delta T delta S value are same, then delta G becomes 0. Then in this condition, what happens? The equilibrium will take place on that reaction. When delta G is equal to 0, then what happens? Equilibrium will be attained. Okay, next once again we will discuss what happens. Mechanism of absorption. Due to the unbalanced forces of attraction on the surface of charcoal, okay, what happens? Absorption will take place. Okay, and in this outer surface having some vacancies. Those vacancies attracts the particles of other substances. Then absorption takes place. That is adsorbent and it is adsorbate. The adsorbent and adsorbate. Okay. The force of attraction between adsorbate and adsorbate. Then what happens? Energy is released. Okay. That is delta H is negative. That is exothermic reaction. Okay. Absorb means before adsorption, the adsorbate entropy will move. After adsorption, then what happens? After adsorption, the entropy value of this adsorbate is less. Means delta S is negative. Okay, as certain portion means the process is going on. The delta G means delta H becomes less, and delta H and delta T delta S becomes at same value. Then what happens? Delta G becomes 0. At this temperature, the equilibrium reaction will take place. Equilibrium is attained. This is the mechanism of adsorption. Next, we move on to types of adsorption. Types of adsorption. There are mainly two types of absorptions reactions are taking place on solids with gases. Okay, first one is physisorption, physisorption, and next one is chemisorption, chemisorption. We will discuss one by one. Physisorption, also called as physical absorption, physical absorption, or one more name is, it is physisorption or physical absorption or van der Waals absorption or van der Waals absorption, chemisorption or chemical absorption, and one more name is Langmuir absorption, Langmuir absorption. Okay, we'll discuss one by one. First one is physisorption, physisorption. And in absorption means absorption in which forces are responsible between absorbent and adsorbate is weak van der Waals forces. Means in physisorption the forces between adsorbent and adsorbate is weak van der Waals forces. That is called as physisorption or physical absorption or van der Waals absorption. Example for this one is noble gases. You already know noble gases. Noble gases adsorb on the surface of coconut charcoal. Physical absorption means the adjustment in which the forces responsible between adsorbent and adsorbate is weak van der Waals forces. Then it is known as physisorption or physical absorption or weak van der Waals means van der Waals absorption. Example for this one is noble gas adsorbed on the surface of coconut charcoal. Next we discuss the chemisorption. Chemisorption. One more name is chemical absorption and or one more name is Langmuir absorption. Chemisorption means absorption in which forces are responsible between which one? Adsorbate and adsorbent. Adsorbent and adsorbate are chemical forces, strong chemical forces that may be ionic or covalent, strong forces, chemical forces, that is ionic or covalent forces. Okay, this is means adsorption in which the forces are responsible between adsorbent and absorbent are strong chemical forces, that is ionic force or covalent forces. Then we can call it as chemisorption. Okay, example for this one is hydrogen gas adsorbed on the metals like palladium, nickel. Example for this one is hydrogen gas adsorbed on the metals like nickel or palladium. This is the best example for chemisorption. Okay. You already know the difference between physisorption and chemisorption. Next we will discuss the difference between physisorption and chemisorption. This is important for 2 marks question in annual exam. Okay. Physisorption means the forces are responsible for adsorbate and absorbent is weak van der Waals forces. In chemisorption, what happens? The forces are responsible between adsorbate and absorbent are strong chemical forces, that is ionic or covalent. Example for physisorption is what? Noble gas is adsorbed on coconut charcoal. Example for chemisorption is what? Hydrogen gas adsorbed on active means metals like palladium or nickel. Before discuss the difference between chemisorption and physisorption, and one more equation is there, that is Freundlich adsorption isotherm equation. They will ask for 2 marks questions. Write the Freundlich adsorption isotherm equation and extend the terms. Okay. Next we will discuss the formula of Freundlich adsorption isotherm. It carries 2 marks question for your